Start by imitating your heroes and finish by emulating them. This is a book from Austin Kleon, called Still Like an Artist. What does this has to do with the Janerets style pad sound? I will show you quickly in a minute, so let's discuss. My friend Silvano here from roughandstudio.com. So today I want to recreate this kind of pad from a Janeret journey. This is the original. This is our. It's not exactly the same, but remember imitating and then emulating. So let's jump in. So I tried to recreate this particular synth pad sound because someone requested it in the comment section, and I thought, yeah, let's do it as part of my personal synth patch challenge. As I mentioned in another video, tutorial, I'm currently doing the tutorial stuff, and I learned a lot about sound design and synthesizers and stuff, and I wanted to just challenge myself a little bit and see if I can come up with a similar result. Similarly, I also started reading some books about creativity, because music is a lot about mindset, and yeah, we struggle a lot, at least I, to judge myself. Is it good, is it bad? And this book is amazing. It basically says imitate your heroes but then emulating. So what does this mean? If we take the Beatles, in the very beginning they actually have been a cover band, so they played tracks from other people, and Paul McCartney was inspired by Elvis, and then Elvis, if we go back to Elvis was inspired by, what was the name of this guy, Roy? I don't remember what his second name was, but Roy. And you can imagine, so we have Roy here. Roy inspired Elvis, Elvis inspired Paul McCartney, and so on, right? So they all tried to imitate someone else, but then emulated and recreated their very own version of that inspiration, right? If this makes sense somehow. And as you can see later, I made this synth patch, but then I just jammed around a little bit and I came up with something very different, and I really like it, and I saved it as my own pad sound, and maybe I can use it in a later track or whatever. By the way, I'm not good at detecting notes and chord sounds and whatnot. So I was just using the convert harmony to new MIDI track to actually get the notes out of the pad. It has the same vibe and tonality in my opinion. Let's have a listen again. At least it's a pad, right? And we have this smearing kind of sound, and the tonality is, yeah, similar, I would say, or close. Again, coming back to the book that I mentioned, Still Like an Artist, from Austin Kleon. There was also a comedian who tried to imitate another comedian, but actually he couldn't do that. And what he found was he could turn his weak points, so the gap between the comedian that he wanted to imitate and between him, actually formed his personal style, right? So his weakness became actually his own style. But let's jump in now for the pad sounds, how I created it. So let's jump in. So let's actually recreate this patch, right? Even if it's not quite similar, it's similar somehow. Right? The thing is, the vibe is the same, the tonality is also the same. Maybe it sounds different because of the notes, I don't know. But the thing is, as mentioned in the book before, we need to imitate and then emulate, right? So we just use this reference as kind of a inspiration and then take it further. So I came actually up with something different here. With the crystallizer. So this is what I came up with in the end by just jamming around a little bit. But anyway, let's create a fresh table here. It's going to be hard, I guess. Reset. We start with this sound to get to this one. Something similar, like this one. Start with this one. Okay. First thing, oscillators. I use on both oscillators, two oscillators, saw waveform, and I mix it to start with 50-50, and then I detune the second one by 7 semitones. It's probably still sounding the same. Let's loop that thing quickly. Yeah, nothing crazy, right? The reason why is the voices, it's still in mono, but as you can see here, we play a chord, so we need to set it to polyphonic, which means it can play 6 notes at the same time. So listen again. Doesn't really sound like a pad right now, right? So then what I also would add, no, let's do this later. Let's move on with the amp envelope and the filter envelope. So filter envelope, attack, decay, sustain, release, cutoff, and envelope amount, knob, and resonance. So the important thing is the cutoff and the envelope amount. So the cutoff determines the darkest point, and the envelope the brightest. And we can control it with those envelope controller, right? Okay. Another important thing is I could hear some lower notes. So I add a little sub oscillator, but with triangle waveform. So this is actually a third oscillator, but it adds bottom end, right? And what I also do is adding a little bit noise. You can hear it later to add that little Now it still doesn't sound like a real pad. Unison is what we need to use. What this does, it doubles, in this case doubles the oscillators and detunes it. But I can also quadrupate, I don't know, I can speed it out 4 times. And I can spread it. Sounds already more like a pad, right? And if I detune it like crazy, it gets this smearing effect, but I don't like it. And here the noise setting, as mentioned before, sorry. If I add in some noise, we get this, yeah, noise. Without. Next I maybe would add a little bit phaser, some effects. Chorus maybe. Bit delay. Maybe we could try to modulate the cutoff. It's a little bit buggy, this primer plugin. And by the way, if you ask what kind of synthesizer plugin this is, it's actually the primer plugin. It's from the same company like the Synthorial is made of, and I just use this because I get used to it from the Synthorial program, right? So I'm still running through it. If you don't know about this, check out my review about the Synthorial. It's really great. All that knowledge about synthesis here I got from the Synthorial thing. It's amazing. Reference. Yeah, and the rest is playing. I don't know, man. It's not one by one exactly the same, but I think we could use it, right? And we can even take it further, maybe, I don't know. As I said, we just use this as a reference guide to come up with something by our own. So we got influenced by Janeret, and then we get we put in our own creativity to emulate and come up with something by ourselves, right? So I don't know, I just tweak around now. Oh. 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 Interesting. Use the crystallizer. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I save it. Why not? Yeah, I'm playing now. I need some delay. Yeah, that's it for today. So to sum it up again, how I created this pad, 2 oscillators, saw, waveform, then I detuned the second one by 7 semitones, then I mixed it a little bit so the second detuned one isn't as loud. Then I added some sub oscillator with the triangle waveform, a little bit noise, and important thing is polyphonic, right? So we can play different notes at the same time, and unison is also important, detuning the whole shit a little bit, spread it out, and most important also, or very important for the sound, is phaser, especially effects, right? Phaser, chorus a little bit, we added a little bit chorus, delays, oh, and also a reverb. Did we add a reverb here? No, I don't think so. Yeah, anyway, it's another pad already. Now let's add a little bit. Yeah, and then we use the filter envelope and the amp envelope for pads, using long attack, long release, so it comes in slow and goes out slowly. Yeah, and the filter cutoff, we modulated it with saw, so it starts on the top and fades out. And yeah, that's it already, I guess, to create a little bit of a pad like this one. And we ended up with this one. This is our emulation, right? Inspired by Janeret. Remember, imitate first and then emulate. So I hope this helps. Still, if you need some help with low end mixing, still my 7-step low end checklist is ready for you to download for free, of course. Let me know if you like this particular production likewise video and how I can help you further. So let me know in the comments. Thanks for your time, means a lot. Hope this helps. Cheers.